Good morning, my people. How are we doing? Welcome back to the YouTube. Today is Saturday, the whatever of May, and I have got a full day of eating for you on this mini recomposition phase. Today is a training day. We've got back and arms on the cards. Training with one of my clients, Ben, today, which will be an epic session as well. It's the first time training together in person. So what you just saw before this clip here was my sort of morning routine with hydration, my creatine, my glutamine, fiber powder going in. So the reason for the fiber powder, that's not actually there all year long. For me at the moment, my food has had about 3 decreases over the last 5 weeks or so. And I'm finding that I'm getting a little bit more backed up, right? So I'm now putting that fiber powder in, which has a good blend of your soluble and insoluble fiber. So it helps with bowel regularity. So that's been going in. It's definitely helping a bit. Give it a few more days, it will start to settle in a bit more. So that morning drink goes down. Hydration first is key. And then I'll take my health sups and my normal supplementation to set me up ready for the day. Just done with peptides, they've gone in. So at the minute, growth hormone, we are using MOTS-C and we are using SLU. That is the mixture at the moment. And just about to do my Lantus with meal 1. So meal 1 is on the cook at the minute. It's going to be a banger. I've had the same meal 1 for God knows how many years now, guys, right? There's going to be a beautiful eggs and sourdough, bit of HP sauce on that bad boy. When I'm in prep, HP sauce is gone. But because I'm not in prep, HP we keep in. But it's the same, it's measurable, it's consistent every single day. So I will show you the finished product for meal 1. And then after meal 1, I'll show you my little morning routine that I do with preparing my other bits for the day to make eating so much easier. Now, usually I'd be doing this whilst my meal 1 is cooking, but woke up this morning, come out here, open the dishwasher. It didn't fucking go on. Let me know, guys, in the comments. Do you find that this happens to you way too often? Like, you swear you put the dishwasher on, come in the morning, fuck's sake, it's not done. So that's going on in the background. Put that on a short wash. And then that should be ready for when I am finished meal 1. And we can prepare some other bits for the day. And there we have it, people. Meal number 1. 3 whole eggs, 275 ml of egg whites, 150 grams of sourdough, and then a drizzle of HP sauce over the top. I always make sure I've got my 1.5 grams of pink salt. For hydration purposes, performance purposes, recovery purposes, you name it. So it may not look much, but it tastes bloody good. So I'm going to get this down and then I'll catch you in the next clip for the rest of the morning routine.
In some people's opinion, and sometimes it's just, hey, like, you look great, you have a lot more potential, but there's other guys that just look...
Okay then, so meal 1 has been demolished. We have now got the rice on cook, ready to go. So guys, if you don't have one already, get yourself a rice cooker. And for your rice meals that you're having throughout the day, know how much raw weight rice you're going to be having, and you can cook it all up at once. Now guys, it may be a Saturday, but I am also a very busy coach, which means that if I don't get ahead of my day, I'm going to fall behind. And then it'll be very easy, without the discipline there, to lean into easy choices. So get prepared and everything is there and ready to go. So that rice is going to do meals 3 and that's going to do meals 4. We then have the best flavor creamy that you can have, in my opinion, right? So Full Bore Sports Nutrition, use the code SB10. Get yourself some of the sticky toffee pudding Perform Whey Isolate. If you can handle the normal one without ISO, go for that one. But for me, digestion wise, isolate is the best. So we've got that with 340 ml of almond milk. That'll go in the freezer until later, and you'll see that with the last meal today. That goes alongside my cream of rice. And again, guys, when you're dieting and you're stripping body fat away, little things like that really do help keep you full. You know, because that would literally just be like a whey paste over the top of it. Or it could even just be a shake, right? But we've got like a whole fucking ice cream there that we can demolish. I do also put some ground sweet cinnamon in there as well, because it just adds to that flavour. It goes really, really nice with the sticky toffee pudding. I then get prepared with the salt. So I have 10 grams of pink salt per day, spread across my meals, 1.5 grams per meal and 1 gram intra-workout. So I get that all weighed out in a pot, ready to go. So I'm not faffing around when it comes to mealtime. And then lastly, the meat, chicken. 200 grams in here. And guys, there would be 200 grams in there as well. Now, I'm a human being at the end of the day. I didn't realise I didn't have enough chicken. Now, if I didn't have enough chicken to prepare meal 3, then I would have gone to the shop this morning to get it. But this will just be meaning that I've got my 200 grams of raw weight in here, ready for meal 3. I need another 200 grams raw weight for meal 4. So after the gym, after I've had my 3rd meal, I will go to the shop quickly and grab some chicken and cook the rest of that up. So that pretty much means, guys, aside from the veg, which I'll do at the time, I have got all of my meals prepared for meals 1 that's just been consumed. Meal 2 is cream of rice, which you'll see shortly. That just gets made very quickly. Meals 3, meals 4. And that means that I'm very deep into the day then, before I just need to prepare meal 5 and part of meal 6. So get ahead of the day, put it into your morning routine, get structured, get disciplined, and you won't forget it. Trust me, guys, I see a lot of people go about their day without the right structure and discipline in place, and they wonder why they forget this, forget that. They're not prepared when they go out for meals, when they go out without their meals, you know. So get organised, people. Get organised. So I've got quite a busy morning ahead now. In the next, what's the time? 8:07. So at 9 a.m. I do have a consultation call with someone looking to join the team. And then I'm going to have my pre-workout meal, get my pre-workout down me, and then it's going to be heading to the gym. So I'll catch you at the next meal. All right then, people. So that is the morning work block wrapped up. I just want to welcome a newcomer to the team, Adam Grove. If you're watching this, brother, welcome aboard. It's going to be an absolute pleasure to have you here. I'm very excited to see what we can achieve together. All the way from Australia. Worldwide team, boys. So, just want to show you this. Chocolate sponge cake cream of rice by Strom. And then we're going to go for the Perform Whey ISO chocolate brownie batter. So it's cream of rice for this next meal. This is going to be my pre-workout meal. I'm also going to have this with 75 grams of banana and 10 grams of almond butter. The coconut pepper nut one. If you guys don't know about that, you need to get to know. So I've just got the cream of rice going at the minute. Always use a whisk when it comes to making your cream of rice, guys. If you want it to be nice, fluffy, and volumized. Now, right now, in a calorie deficit, I want to make sure that my meals are a little bit more voluminous, so long as digestion is okay. So using a whisk is a very valuable tool to be able to do that. So I'll show you the finished product. Also, guys, when you're making your whey paste, right, you want it to be this sort of like gloopy texture. Now, every whey brand that you use is going to be slightly different. But the reason that I love the Perform Whey ISO is the fact that it just comes out perfectly every single time with the same amounts. So this is, in here, 50 grams of whey powder. And I do 40 grams, or say 40 grams, 40 mil of water. And I measure it to the exact, because I want the consistency be consistent. So yeah, if you're using this brand, FBS, code SB10, go get yours. The link would be in the description box below. And now you know how to make the perfect whey paste as well. And there we have the finished product, guys. It may not look much, yeah, but it's banging. And for those of you who say dieting is hard, Guys, you live in 2026. You've literally got there like a pudding as a meal that you can eat before you train. Chocolatey, cakey, brownie, bananas, fucking nut butter. Guys, it's easy if you know how to eat. Alright then people, so we are now getting ready to train, which means that I've just had to set up my pre-workout drink and also my intra-workout drink. So, pre-workout drink has already gone down. In here, there was about 3/4 of a serving of MV Pre. Guys, I'm a bit of a stimhead, I can't lie, so I do like the caffeine and big energy from this product. And then we have probably my favourite pump pre-workout that there is, the Train by JP Pumpage. This one is the pick and mix flavour. Guys, honestly, I get 4D fucking pumps from this product. It's unbelievable. So right now, I'm about, what's the time? I'm about 40 minutes out from training. I've just literally knocked this back about 10 minutes ago. The reason that I keep my caffeine quite far away from my workout, like not directly before, is A, to give it a chance to settle in, but also B, to allow my body to process it a bit more. So if you are going in when you're like peak stimulation from your pre-workout, caffeine is actually a vasoconstrictor, which means that it constricts the blood vessel. So the blood flow to the muscle for your pumps and your performance can actually be, it could be downregulated a little bit. So we want to make sure that we're not fully in that vasodilated state when we go, vasoconstricted state, sorry, when we go into train. So we want some level of vasodilation, which is where the blood flow can get into the muscle effectively. So I find that about an hour out from where I train usually, that's when my caffeine goes in. Sometimes even a little bit earlier. And then intra-workout wise, we have got some cheap fucking Amazon EAA. The reason for that is because I was running out, and instead of waiting for my full bore FPS delivery, I needed to use some cheap one. But this is the Warrior EAA's great bubblegum. I'll tell you what though, flavour's banging. And then your trusty old Applied Nutrition Carbex. So at the minute I'm only doing 20 grams of intra-workout carb, just where my food is a little bit lower. But this 20 grams of carbs are precious. They give me the edge towards the end of my session. So if you guys are aware of when you do a dieting phase, usually it's the back end of your sessions that can take a little bit of a hit, where you're used to hitting the amount of volume you were hitting with your extra food in the system. So this Carbex just helps me, alongside having a little bit lower volume in this phase, it also allows me to perform towards the back end of the session. So the EAAs are in there to help with muscle protein breakdown. So when we are training, we are breaking down our muscle tissue. So this helps with that process. And it also has additional like salts in here as well to allow for nutrient transportation, hydration, and everything that we need to enhance the recovery and start the recovery happening even before we get out of the gym. And then obviously Carbex is for that performance intra-workout. So not everybody is going to need carbs when they do train. Now, if you are somebody who is eating a lot of food, it can be a great tool for you to put in, because you obviously then don't have to consume all of these additional carbohydrates through food and potentially blow your digestion, ruin your appetite, etc. But then if you are somebody who is dieting and you're on very low food, may not be the best option, because you may be too hungry outside of your training session. So I always say keep some form of intra-workout carb in as long as you can before you don't really want to have it in there and you want to eat those carbs instead. Also in that intra drink, we've got 1 gram of pink salt. So I always have 1.5 grams of every meal, 1 gram in the intra-workout drink. And again, this is just to enhance the hydration, enhance the nutrient flow, bigger, juicier pump, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to leave to go to the gym now. It's about a 30 to 40 minute drive for me, which is quite nice. Allows me to separate myself from coach mode to fucking bodybuilder, yeah? Get switched on, put some tunes on, settle in, focus on the session ahead. And like I say, I'm training with one of my guys, Ben, today. First time training them together. So back and arms is a good session for us to do, really. It allows me to point out some good cues for him, look at his form, and, you know, have a good session with my guys. So for those of you that are watching, probably some of my clients as well, if you guys are local to me, I'll always like to do my best to train with you, because I think that it helps from a coaching standpoint. It helps build that relationship, that partnership, and just allows the results to keep coming in thick and fucking fast. So guys, that's enough waffling in this clip. I'll catch you probably at the post-workout meal now, where we are going to refuel, recharge, and give the muscle what it needs. In for a session with a big Ben Briley. Client session, let's get it, boy. Come on, bro, easy. Back from the gym, and guys, I am probably about almost 2 hours later than what I would normally be. That's the thing, when you train with one of your clients, or you train with somebody, you end up chatting and bits and pieces after the session. I also had 20 minutes of cardio programmed in for today. So it means that for this full day of eating, everything is moved back a little bit. And you know, I said that I was going to get some chicken on the way back for meal 4. Well, I didn't. I forgot. So at the minute, we're down to 1 car in this household, which means that me and the missus are sharing her car until I get my car next week. So she uses a fuel card, and I saw that there was a Shell garage on the way back with low fuel. Anyway, turn up to where the Shell garage is supposed to be. It ain't fucking there. Oh, man. So I was literally cruising around on 0 miles for a little bit, but we got sorted, we got done. It just means that the thought of chicken was very much an afterthought. So anyway, I'm going to get making this meal now, which I'm extremely hungry for now, to be fair. And I'll show you the finished product. There we have it, the finished product. Probably the hungriest I've been in a very long time. We have 85 grams of raw weight rice, 200 grams of raw weight chicken, 100 grams of pineapple, 1.5 grams of salt, and some reduced sugar ketchup on the top. So I am going to absolutely devour this. And then the next meal that you're going to see is actually going to be meal 5, and then I'll do meal 4 as meal 5 today. Guys, as a perfectionist, right, when things like this happen, when I'm making a bloody video, it does my head in. But look, guys, we keep it real, yeah? These are the things that can happen in life. We're human beings, we forget stuff. But it's all about how we navigate it for how we move forward. Well, I needed that meal more than I care to admit, but that is down the hatch. And it just got me thinking of a question that people ask me quite frequently. Why do you have fruit with your post-workout meal? So something like pineapple, for example, has a natural digestive enzyme in it. So it allows us to actually break down the food and digest it better. So we obviously want something post-workout that is going to be shuttled for recovery straight away. You know, we want it to be fast digested and fast acting. So we've got the chicken, which is obviously the protein source that we're going to need to help rebuild the tissue. We then got the fast digesting carbohydrate source, white rice, and then we have the pineapple, which again is some additional sugary carbohydrates and also a good GDA that is going to allow digestion. So fruit is a very underrated food source. Not a lot of people have enough fruit in their diet, and to be honest, guys, like, you know, I have fruit with 3 of my 6 meals per day, because that fructose will help the digestion. Now, pineapple is probably the king of them all, really, but you want to be making sure that you put fruit within your meals. So, busy day so far. I feel like I haven't stopped and the day has just disappeared. So I'm now sort of up against it a little bit with meals. But look, guys, this is how it goes sometimes, right? It's a day a little bit out of the ordinary in terms of routine, training with one of the guys, which I love to do. It just means that things are going to be shifted back a little bit, and I'll probably be having my last meal a little bit later than usual today. Now, the next meal, meal 5, which is now going to be meal 4, is actually in the air fryer at the moment. So post-workout, I always find that my digestion is really, really good. So I am actually going to be having this meal pretty much when it's done. So there'll be about only like 45 minutes between those two meals. I don't usually do that, guys. The ideal sweet spot is to have about 2 to 3 hours really between your meals, because that allows optimal digestion and it allows your your gut to process things a little bit easier. But post-workout for me, typically I do find that if I need to get 2 meals in a little bit quicker, I don't really suffer any digestive stress as a result from that. Now, it'll be interesting because this meal 5, the potatoes and beef, we know is going to be a little bit slower digested than the chicken and rice meal that I'm supposed to have. So we'll have to see how that goes there. But yeah, very good session today. I managed to uphold my lifts very, very well. There were actually a couple of sets where I took some progressions, which is really nice to see. And I think I put it down to a little bit less like joint inflammation and things. So things just feel a lot cleaner. That initial 4 kilos that I've pulled off so far over the last week has been a big game changer, really. I just find that I'm not carrying that additional water retention. I find that my digestion is improving. I find that my energy levels are massively improving. So it is all positive stuff that we are seeing here. And it just gets me excited to see a little bit more of the muscle that I've built over the last 24 weeks since the last recomposition that I did at the back end of last year. I feel like I've had a really good, productive 24-week push-up of growing here. So it'd be nice to see the fruits of that hard labour for sure. But plans for the rest of the day now, it is literally just going to be getting the last few steps in between the meals, replying to clients, making sure that they're okay, and trying to switch off and relax as much as I can for a Saturday evening before then going into Sunday, which is a rest day for me. Sunday I'll have my check-ins in the morning and then try to switch off and chill for the remainder of the day. So I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. Don't forget to obviously like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Show the support. And yeah, I will catch you at the next meal. So we got the beef going down. Guys, I have been obsessed with this recently. From Tesco's, it's a Tex-Mex fajita, rub. I just put a little bit in, just to give it some flavour. It's absolutely banging, especially when you put it with the potatoes, the veg. Unbelievable, it gives it a nice fajita bowl sort of vibe. So yeah, I'll show you the finished product in a moment. Meal 4 time. So we have 250 grams of raw weight 5% lean beef mince. We have 300 grams of raw weight white potato. And then we have 100 grams of mixed veg. So I've got a little bit of onion in there. I've got some peas, green beans and sweet corn. It's a nice little mixture. And a little bit of carrot as well, which is in one of these frozen, pre-prepared sort of bag things, right? And guys, if you haven't invested in an air fryer, I do strongly suggest that you do. It is a game changer. Especially when you do your potatoes in there, your veg in there. It takes minutes, man. It takes minutes and it tastes absolutely unreal. The only thing is, if you're meal prepping and stuff and you're doing your chicken in there, if you leave your chicken too long before you eat it, so prep a couple of days in advance or whatever, it does go very, very dry. So you've got to be mindful of that. So if you're meal prepping chicken, I would go for the oven option, personally. So I'm going to get this meal down because I am still absolutely ravenous. Get to a little bit of work, then get to the shop, get some chicken. It'll probably be time for meal 5. It is time for another meal. So the chicken was secured, boys. We've got 200 grams of raw weight chicken, 75 grams of raw weight rice, and 100 grams of green beans. Guys, do your green beans in the air fryer. They come out all crispy and lovely. For me personally, I like actually burning them a little bit because I'm a bit weird. I do them for 16 minutes on 200 degrees at the same time that I do my chicken. And it just comes out amazing. And as you can see, I am the reduced sugar ketchup monster. I love it, guys. It's the only sauce I use that really goes on my meals, apart from my first meal of the day, which has the HP sauce, but it's consistent year round, unless I'm on contest prep. And the one from Tesco's, it has literally like minor calories on there. So I just give it a nice squirt over the top. I don't actually weigh that because it's consistent. And yeah, makes my food taste banging. So I'm going to get this meal down. Then I'm going to be able to get my last few steps done. And I can sit down and chill for the evening before hitting up the last meal. Okay, it is time for the last meal of the day. So here we have 50 grams of cream of rice and then 20 grams of 85% dark chocolate, like smothered around the top. 50 grams of berries and some sweet ground cinnamon. And then here we have the Ninja Creamy Diet Hack 101, guys. If you haven't bought a Ninja Creamy, you better get on it. So this is literally just 340 ml of almond milk, no sugars, and 50 grams of sticky toffee pudding whey. Look at that shit, guys. Legit fucking ice cream. Unbelievable. Absolutely unreal. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to enjoy this last meal. Blue light blockers on. I've noticed a really good improvement in my sleep since investing in these. I know there's not any like solid data or anything to really confirm that, but look, guys, that's just what I've noticed. Yeah, anything I can do to get better quality rest and recovery for my progress, I'm going to be doing it. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this full day of eating. Now, I will put the total overall calories and macros up on the screen. And I will also do a rest day food as well at some point in the very near future. So everything today has been prioritized around digestive friendly foods, whole foods, and foods that are going to help me perform and recover. So you can see that we like whole food options. Yeah, of course, you know, whey protein is somewhat processed. Cream of rice is somewhat processed. But guys, whole foods, yeah. Foods that we know are going to sit well and allow us to do what we need to do. So if you have enjoyed this video, as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And if you are interested in taking your own journey to the next level, and if you need help mapping out your own diet, what your own diet should look like to fit around your own goal, your own needs, your own preferences, then be sure to hit up the coaching application in the bio as well. And Full Bore Sports Nutrition, if you liked any of the supplements that you've seen in this video, whey proteins, pre-workout, all of the top brands, Trained by JP, Strom, you name it, it's on there. Supplement needs, then go to Full Bore Sports Nutrition, use code SB10, get yourself some money off some sups. And until next time, guys, good night, catch you in the next one.